Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the CODEX podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger. I'm joined by my usual co-host, Tim Morris, and today we have joining us, who will be a usual soon, Uncle Gary.
Hello.
Hello, happy to be here. Welcome. I'm happy to be a part of the podcast club here. It's quite an honor.
Happy to have you here. Happy to have everyone join you. And today, it is my 100th episode of the CODEX podcast. This is episode 105. I've missed 5, so this is my 100th. So
you don't look a day over 99.
Thank you. When you're 400,
round of applause,
when
Sonny.
you're 400 years old like me, 99 doesn't sound so bad. Like the pre-show, when you mentioned Blood Hunt, I got all excited because I thought we were going to talk about. I thought you were going to mention like a vampire con. I was like, a vampire con, and then it's a comic event, so cool. But I wasn't excited as I thought I'd be. But it was a fun pre-show. We were talking about late night shows and who we're fans of. We were talking, just having fun with people commenting, about how good I am with toys, and
Oh yeah.
now people somehow, a bit of jokes saying that maybe, like now when kids go to bed, they'll say, Sonny, well, if you don't play with toys, Sonny's going to come break them. I don't know what that's about, but.
Do toys have a grading scale? Because 10 could be pristine mint and 1 could be Sunny.
my toys is Sunny right now.
Yeah.
I need a new one.
I don't know what anybody's talking about. I just give my toys a whole lot of love.
Yes, you do.
If you did that to gals, you'd be in jail, buddy.
Oh Lord.
But I'm all good. And my toys are good too. There's a few broken ones, but
More than a few. Sonny is good with toys the way Ted Bundy was good with women.
Damn.
Too soon.
Wow.
Too soon.
Wow. When Ted Bundy was executed, there was a Baltimore radio station that was taking requests, and one of the top songs was Pat Benatar's "All Fired Up."
Oh my God.
And I think Eddie Grant's "Electric Avenue" was on there.
Wow.
yeah. Perfect for the moment, right?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, guys,
Went dark there, didn't it?
we're going a bit dark. Things are gonna get dark. Things are gonna get nasty on this episode that is called Operation Poopy Caboose. Yeah.
Thank God we don't have smell-o-vision.
Yeah, I don't have a smell. I'm good. I'm good with our F-lister. I'm good with the random panel of the week. And today we will be reviewing Swamp Thing number 9. Uncle Gary's got the shirt. He's got a few comic books. Some of them are written on.
Some of them are scribbled on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this without watching it, I'm sorry. You just are going to have to imagine a lot of cool stuff or poopy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a wait till we express our love of vegetables.
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. Mail call will be a little bit later, too. Yeah. Our works, we got a full episode today for you.
Yeah.
But I'll start us off. We got some comic book news, and I'll start us off with the rundown.
That was fast.
Just so for some reason that's not showing up for me.
It wasn't for me either. So let's do that.
I saw it.
Oh, Gary saw it.
But Globe.
We'll watch
there
it.
you go. Well, at least Uncle Gary, you saw it. We hope everybody watching saw that globe too. So here we go. The rundown.
Speaking of globes, tune in tomorrow for Comic Character of the Week when we have Power Girl.
Check it out. Yeah. Settle down.
I'm sorry.
It's understandable though. Okay, everyone. I'll start us off with the rundown, and I'll start us off with some sad news, and that is that there are multiple passings this week. Legendary artist Mark Bright passed away at the age of 68. Also, artist Ed Piskor passed away at the age of 41. And then we'll get a little bit onto both of them in a little bit, but also there was some good news, some bloody news, and that was that there were pictures of John Bernthal on the set of Daredevil Born Again.
I have those pictures.
I want to see those. I haven't seen these yet.
Oh, you'll like them.
I love Bernthal as the Punisher.
Sonny, what do you want to talk about first, man?
Okay.
You want to talk about
I wasn't sure if you were going to show the picture, but right as we were talking, we were in the pre-show. I saw in our chat, our CODEX chat, that it has been announced and it was announced by superherohype.com, and that is that Julie Gardner is being cast as the Silver Surfer. So
Ooh,
Julie Gardner she's known for being in Ozark, as her most known.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, Julia Garner cast as Silver Surfer. Ladies and gentlemen, It is not an April Fool's article. This came out today. If you want to read it, go to Superhero Hype. I'm sure it will be right there on the front page.
Yeah, and they're saying she's going to be a Shella Ball version of the Silver Surfer.
Deadline is reporting that Julia Garner has been cast as that film's version of the Silver Surfer. So that doesn't mean that Norrin Rand is out. That just means that Garner will play a Shala Ball version of the iconic comic book character. This is in reference to the Marvel Comics character Shala Ball, who was the lover of Norrin Rand, the traditional Silver Surfer, and who is a member of a race of aliens known as Zen Lavians. It's unclear exactly how Garner's character will become the Silver Surfer. Garner is best known for her role as Luth Langmore in the Netflix crime drama Ozark. She's won 3 Primetime Emmy Awards. She's starred on Netflix miniseries and will be in Blumhouse's remake of The Wolfman. Nothing has been officially announced as of yet by Marvel, so take that with a serious grain of salt, but Deadline's been right in the past.
She's really good in Ozarks.
Oh, she is, yeah. And yes, like I said, my apologies. She is, Julia Garner, not Julie. Julia Garner. And she's a great actress. Because the Silver Surfer, I want it to be focused on Norrin Rand. I think she'd be perfect as Frankie Ray, Nova.
Yeah.
Right. I like her as Frankie Ray as opposed to Shella Ball. We'll see how it goes.
This will be interesting. Guaranteed there will be backlash. But, the movie hasn't even been filmed yet, so we have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, I already see it. Dan Kelly's not too excited in the comments.
Oh, I'm sure not. Let's see here. Dan says, that's going to suck. Maybe not. The all-seeing eyes of Jamie are watching tonight. Hello, Jamie. How are you? Good to see you.
Jamie, avert your eyes, buddy. It's going to get ugly in here.
And Pete says, I think she's going to crush it. So we're at 50-50 right now. I am undecided. I haven't seen her in anything, so I can't make a determination one way or the other.
I think she's a fantastic actress, so I'm willing to give it a shot and see. Yep.
I am disappointed it's not going to be Norrin Rand, but we'll see what happens.
We'll get to see Roran's nads.
That is also very true.
But you couldn't anyway. Everything was encased in silver.
Right. He was, he's a eunuch.
Yes, he is.
So
my poor boy Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
But that literally just dropped like right before we.
Yeah.
Like in the pre-show we saw it.
Breaking news.
So let me get us started first with a bit of the sad news. Let's go with the passing, I say, of Mark Bright, because first with Ed Piskor, there was a lot of controversy last week, and then this week it was very shocking to hear that he passed. So it's unfortunately overshadowing the passing of Mark Bright. Mark, who's also known as MD or sometimes called Doc. Mark Bright was a legendary artist, penciler, and he was one of the creators of Quantum and Woody, but he's done a lot of work on Iron Man, including the Armor Wars, which we reviewed. That I love. He's also done a lot of work on Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern Emerald Dawn.
Yep.
Both Green Lantern Emerald Dawns. He did a lot of work on G.I. Joe. He did the Spider-Man versus Wolverine one shot.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay.
The first team up of those guys, I think.
Yeah. Where they're fighting in the cemetery, right?
Yep. Yeah. So that was Mark Bright's work, and he also did a lot of Power Man and Iron Fist doing the last 10 issues of their series together. So
the Armor Wars artwork that he did is some of my favorite Iron Man artwork. Period.
Yeah, I really liked it. So Mark Bright passed away at the age of 68.
God, that's not old, man. 68.
No.
Especially since I'm going to be 60 this year. 68 ain't that old.
No. So not too sure of how exactly he passed, but Mark Bright passed away. I definitely want to mention it because, like I said, it seems his passing has been really overlooked. So a legendary artist has passed away. I see even Dan giving some love to Mark Bright in the comments.
Let's see here. Dan says, I loved Mark Bright's work. I read a lot of his G.I. Joe books and loved the Spidey Wolverine book also.
Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I figured Dan. Yeah, Dan's a big fan of the G.I. Joe work. Yeah, he loves that series.
And Litho says Spidey / Wolverine is a super underrated key, by the way. Absolutely. Yeah. I can't remember exactly why it's a key. I'm going to have to look that up.
I think probably because it was the first time they had teamed up, I believe.
First fight or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Two amazing characters going at it.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike Bright did a great job of, and Mark Bright did a great job of bringing that to life with his artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we do mention the passing of Ed Piskor. Obviously, it's a way different situation because he passed at the age of 41. And before what happened, last week he was accused of a lot of things. And for me, I'm not going to suddenly turn around and say, oh, no, I'm not going to back down on what I said and say, oh, it's suddenly okay to do this and that. But what I will say is that, he has passed away. He's no longer here. And let's say comments, things like that. He doesn't see him anymore, but he does have loved ones and they see it. So, we all have loved ones and we know if they passed away, we wouldn't want to see somebody like nasty comments or things said, like I said. So for me, he doesn't see it, but I know his loved ones see comments and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Litho says it is the death of Ned Leeds, and also Spidey kills a person by accident.
I did not remember that in that at all.
Spider-Man versus Wolverine.
Go ahead, Gary, if you had something.
I was going to say with Piskor, so I just know a little bit about this, that I had heard last week that there were supposedly some inappropriate text messages with an underage girl, possibly. And that I heard today Rob and the fellas were talking at the shop that, he took his own life supposedly, and that that there was a note left behind.
Yeah.
And the note evidently blamed the trolls
people.
Yeah, and the trolls on the internet and all for ruining his life and his reputation. He did not admit any of the things. And see, I wasn't sure whether there were allegations of him having inappropriate messages with a minor, or had he had inappropriate sexual contact with a minor.
No.
So that's what I don't know.
So what it was, Gary, was the messages speak volumes, right? Mm-hmm. Taken in or out of context. The way that he's talking to this 17-year-old girl is incredibly,
if you're around this way, you'd stay at my house,
is incredibly inappropriate. It's talking about naughty girl, can you keep a secret, etc., etc.
Okay.
If you
so it sounds like a lot of grooming stuff.
That was the allegation that was going around, was that there was a lot of grooming on his part for her. Now, when she put those out, she did leave a lot of captions on her end talking about how this was incredibly creepy, this made her uncomfortable, etc., etc. And they were talking, along with all this other stuff, talking about artwork and things of that nature. So he did invite her to his house. A 38-year-old man inviting a 17-year-old to his house is inappropriate in any way you can slice it. And like I said last week, there is zero good reason for a 38-year-old man to be in a 17-year-old's direct messages for any reason at all. Like
I
zero.
Agree.
If there was a 38-year-old man talking to my 17-year-old daughter when she turned 17, or my 17-year-old niece when she turns 17, I'm going to be livid. There's no good reason, and there's no good reason anybody could tell me as to why they're talking. If they're not related, then they don't need to be there.
Did she go to his house?
No.
And in the messages you see, there wasn't any reciprocal behavior either on her part.
Well, she was
trying to keep it away from that, and he kept going back to it. What was the...
More like sprinkling. Here's Keith's opinion on that. Those texts didn't seem all that innocent. I agree, but also his notes sound like he was just being very naive. Either way, no one is winning here. That is exactly correct.
And it was a comment before Keith had about watching Robert Meyer watching Robert Meyer Burnett's take on the Pisker story.
Yeah, Keith also said previous to that, you should watch Robert Mayer Burnett's take on the Pisker story. Not to say both sides, but it feels like a Schrodinger's cat situation where both could be overreacting at the same time. Now, here's my opinion. The court of public opinion wins regardless, right? Because we have seen this happen a million times. An allegation is put out there, whether it's true or untrue, is inconsequential in the court of public opinion. The court of public opinion is a lynch mob with torches and pitchforks, and as soon as someone is accused, it is immediate, swift, and over-exaggerating in any sense of the form, whether it's true or untrue. It doesn't matter, right? That point doesn't matter. And this is a direct result of the court of public opinion getting exactly what they wanted. And anybody who said anything negative toward him is a part of the court of public opinion, myself included, because I had negative things to say last week. Do I take those back? Absolutely not. Suicide, on the other hand, is a very incredibly touchy subject for me, and I'll tell you why. My brother passed away from suicide, not because of things that Pisker is accused of doing, but because my brother had his own emotional and mental demons that he had to battle that he lost, right? And that's why he's not with us anymore. Pisker, on the other hand, in my personal opinion, did nothing to better this situation. The only thing he did was he destroyed a family, his own, by taking himself out of the equation. Now his parents have lost their son, his brothers have lost their brother, his sisters have lost their brother, and his friends have lost their friend. There's no more time for him to say, whoa, wait a minute, calm down, relax. Let me explain, right? And if he was being incredibly naive or if he was actually grooming this woman, we'll never know. Now, the note that he left is it's something else. If you are incredibly sensitive to the topic of suicide, don't read it. It's not for you. But if it's something you can handle, or if you're morbidly curious, go ahead and check it out. It says a lot, whether it's true or unfounded. Nobody will know except for Ed, because he wrote that. But he puts a lot of blame on a lot of people. He had a $75,000 deal that was going to go through to showcase his artwork, and that fell through. His kayfabe podcast was disintegrated by Jim or Joe Rugg. I can't
Jim
remember.
Rugg, I think.
Yeah,
I think
Jim Rugg. Cut all ties with him nearly as soon as the accusations came out. So the man had his entire world crumble in the span of a couple of hours. I can understand that that will make you do rash and terrible decisions. I get that. I understand that. However, you should. Well, I mean, it's not even you should. What I'm going to say next doesn't matter, right? Because what's done is done. So now the pieces are left, and the people that are left have to pick those up. I have been one of those people. I'm still one of those people, right? With my brother being gone, he's been gone over 11 years. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't think about him. There's not a day that doesn't go by that that a tear doesn't drop because my brother left too soon, right? Being a survivor of somebody that committed suicide is terrible. It's horrible. You never get over it. You just fill that hole so that way it doesn't hurt as much. And by the way, if anybody is suffering from depression or have thoughts of suicide, call, please, the National Suicide Hotline. I believe it's 988. Sonny, if you wouldn't mind doing due diligence and getting that information, please, please, please. Don't think that anybody doesn't give a shit, because people do, right? People care. There are people out there that care. There are people out there that have been through what you are going through right now. Nobody has not been through this, right? And it cannot be that bad that you feel that the only way out is to put a period at the end of your life, to be done, right? It's never that bad. If you're in a terrible situation, get out. Go somewhere. Go to the police station, go to the fire station, go to a safe space. You see them all the time, the yellow signs with the person hugging a child. That's there for you. Go there. You will be taken care of. Reach out to friends, reach out to family that you trust, right? And talk to them. Tell them that you just need somebody to listen, and they'll do it. Shit, if you need somebody to talk to, you can reach out to me. I'll listen to you. I'll let you talk all night long. I don't care. I'll make a pot of coffee. Let's go. Let's talk. Let's do it. Suicide sucks. It fucking sucks, right? It's not cool. It's not awesome. All it does is destroy. All it does is hurt. Yeah, it's terrible all the way around in every way, shape, or form. Nobody won in this. Not a single person. This escalated way too fast, way too quickly, and now someone's dead. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I think
we were right with the number. The number is 988. So the number is 988 for the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline.
There you go.
Okay, what you were going to say?
I was just going to say, Tim, I know you've recounted that story with your brother before, and I know that's a painful thing. And I think that was eloquent what you said about it. I just want to ask this question. So but there have been no allegations of any actual physical sexual contact with him and the girl, or have there?
From what I understand, they never met physically.
Okay, they never met physically.
Through messages.
Okay, only through the messages.
There was the quid pro quo thing, right? But that one said the favor. He said, if you do this,
I'll do that.
My
okay, well, that's
but she didn't say that they went through with it, though.
Right.
Okay, so they didn't go through with it. Well, I think to take himself out, if I feel that I'm right on something and I've been maligned, I know we're all wired differently, but I'm going down swinging and fighting to my last breath saying, I didn't do this. I didn't mean this didn't happen. So, but I know we're not all wired that way to fight like that. But so that's why, him taking himself out, I guess makes me feel like I guess the gravity of the situation was too much and he didn't want to hear anymore. But I don't know. I guess I'm not qualified to speak on that. I just know that if I felt I had been misaligned or something like that, the hell with me ending myself. I'm gonna preach my truth until I'm blue in the face. And the thing about Rugg cutting ties with him, that was discussed this morning at when I was in Comic Logic with the fellows, and it was it supposedly somebody mentioned that supposedly that they had talked about the situation, that he went to him and he embraced him, he was there with him, and then after the meeting the ties were cut. If it was
something in front of you, and as soon as I turn around,
I'm just saying this is something that possibly even maybe Pisker tells Rugg to cut all ties with me, don't go down with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think there's some validity in considering that maybe that's why Rugg cut ties. Perhaps he and Pisker were very close, and Pisker told him just just denounce, just pull away from me. Don't go down, don't drown with me. Free yourself. So possibly, I don't know, but I think I think that's a valid consideration.
And this is why I hate the court of public opinion. Yep. The court of public opinion is not the court of law.
That's right.
Court of law has been established, and though it is terrible at times, it can also be very good at times, but it's there for a reason. Whether it works or it doesn't, it's the court of law, and that's what we need to go through. The court of public opinion follows no laws, and they make their own justifications, and they make their own opinions, and they are the judge, jury, and executioner within minutes. And then what they say goes, and it doesn't matter about anything else.
Right, but he gave them what they wanted, and
that's exactly correct.
Damned if I would do that. To hell, like I said, I'm going down swinging. And on the surface of that, right, you say, well, sure, his partner Rugg cut ties with him. He must be guilty, but
it could be deeper than that. Nobody knows except for Rugg and Pisker.
That's right. Like I said, it is possible that he says, brother, don't go down with me. Get yourself away from me. I don't want you to be tainted by this.
Exactly.
So we just don't know. And everybody's speculating, but I think it's one thing to immediately think the worst on circumstantial things. But when you see the text, and if the texts are accurate, That's not circumstantial. That's
They
right in
definitely
front of
don't
you.
they
Yep.
definitely don't help him.
No.
That's
So
that
right.
much is very obvious that they are not in
Absolutely.
his favor.
Yep. And I there's a validity to that because that is in black and white, right?
Yeah, blue and
Or
white.
whatever
Yeah,
color it's
yeah,
in. But you know what I mean. But that
yeah,
is written. That is, you know, verbatim. I mean, now again,
right there.
with things that can be altered, I guess I don't know about that.
Well,
But
sure, and
yeah,
with things taken out of context, right? Because
yep,
we're only getting this much of a wider conversation.
right.
Whether the woman that he was talking to releases their entire strand of conversation is up to her.
Yeah, a lot of
Dan here,
answers left.
yeah, Dan here says what he did was shitty and creepy, but he didn't deserve to die for it. And Keith says
I agree with that.
ultimately, yeah, I do too. Ultimately, the court of public opinion is controlled by companies that have money, be it Disney, Inc., and James Gunn, or a company canceling your gallery showing, like with Pisker. I agree with that to a point, Keith. The court of public opinion holds their trials on spaces controlled by companies that have money. Whoever's behind the initial lighting of the torch and holding up of the pitchforks, it could be somebody paid by a company with more money than I'll ever imagine having, or it could be somebody like you and me. But the mob mentality spreads like wildfire, and once the wick has been lit, there's no stopping it.
No, I absolutely agree. And like I said, instead of torches and pitchforks, it's this damn box in front of me that I'm
It's
looking at.
keyboard warriors and couch commandos.
Right. And it's a lot of
exactly
people
what it is.
You know, and like I said, what he did or didn't do, you know, that you know, a bunch of people sitting behind a keyboard aren't the ones that should have decided his fate.
Yeah.
You know, it should have been if there was legalese to do, you know, let them solve that. And if he got his contracts canceled unjustly, let him fight that and get his good name back. But when you take yourself out of the equation, you don't get it back.
Well, I mean, when you take your Sonny, we are totally stealing this, so jump in, man. But when you take yourself out of the equation, especially when you are the accused, that does not lend credence to you being exonerated. That actually lends to the allegations and the rumors holding more weight. I mean, Keith says here also, to clarify, these companies need to support their artists until or if there is more allegations or evidence. I agree with that. The James Gunn debacle is a prime example of that. They dropped him like a wet stone as soon as somebody brought up tweets from 10 years previous to that, that held no significance to anything. Just somebody wanted to ruin his life. And they did for a while. But they need to stand behind them, which I think is why Marvel didn't immediately fire Jonathan Majors when he was accused of physical assault.
But either way, you know, like the things, it doesn't make you look good, like what happened. And now there's a lot of answers that will always be left unsaid, and we won't ever know. And like you said, Uncle Gary, you know, I suggest, like I said, sometimes you got to go down fighting because it doesn't look good to just. But just in general, there always is, you know, they always say tomorrow's a new day, and it's not. You know, you're not done. Sometimes things do go bad, and you can't give up on life. And like you said, Tim, you know, there is the number, the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. And for me, I'm someone I don't like to get preachy, but I'm a man of God, and I believe that it's not up to me to judge, that it's up to God to judge. So, you know, now with that, I think
I agree with that, and I guess the thing that I think that I find really disgusting is in this, he's taken his life, right? And you know, there's some of these assholes out here online that they take pleasure in that.
Oh yeah, they're happy that it happened.
Yeah, right.
Dancing in the streets.
And that is just garbage. That a man has taken his life. He felt, and if he says, "Well, I'll show them," you gave them what they freaking wanted, dude. I mean, that's what some of these lowlifes thrive on. Absolutely, and you empowered them.
Oh yeah.
So that's the thing that really gets me the most. And this young lady that this happened with,
She's
I bet
got to
she,
deal with the blowback of this now.
I'm sure she wanted to bring yeah, she does too. And the thing is, I bet she didn't want anything like this to happen. She was telling her truth,
Yeah, she definitely does have the right to
absolutely.
tell.
But damn right she does, absolutely. But she's gonna, I'm sure, feel some residual pangs on this if she's a human, right? If she's a human with normal range of emotions and all that, I'm sure that feels real bad about this.
Now
but that shouldn't prevent anyone in the future from telling their truth. You got to tell your truth and put it out there. But it's just, there are just so many ripples to this, many lives affected by this.
Now, because of this, people are going to put the burden of responsibility onto her, and it is not hers. It's his, because he chose and he decided and he followed through, right? That's his burden of responsibility, and he took that with him. That's not her burden of responsibility. What she did started the chain of events. What she did was not wrong, right?
No, it wasn't.
Correct. That she brought this information to light and let it be known, hey, when I was 17, this 38-year-old man was reaching out to me, whom I thought was a friend, but started talking to me incredibly inappropriately and made me feel incredibly uncomfortable. This is part of what happened, right? But the burden of responsibility for his actions doesn't belong to her.
That's right. That age, I mean, you're talking to a minor like that. Listen, I drive high school kids on the bus, and I'm very careful how I speak to them, what I say to them, because I don't want anything to be misinterpreted. I'm kind, I'm nice, and all that. But, like I joke with y'all on here, there's no jokes like that anywhere near that event.
Dan makes a good point. I completely forgot about that because we were so hyper-focused on this one person. There was more than one woman that had come forward also with allegations of what Pisker was saying to them. So it's not all on her shoulders.
Yeah, because there was the woman who was saying that he had said, if you do this for me, then you get my agent's number. So there was
the quid pro quo. And that's the first thing you learn in sexual harassment training, ladies and gentlemen. That is no.
For that.
No.
Just be common. It should just be common sense too. Don't be dirty. Don't try that with people. Come on.
Yeah.
Gary, give me if you give me a Swamp Thing number 9, I will give you
good time.
Yeah. At least $110 worth of one.
Speaking of good times, the show onto some nicer things. We could talk about those pictures. So Bloody John Bernthal on the set of Daredevil Born Again. So there we go.
Oh man,
look at that guy.
Bloody.
That's a hard day at work there.
You know what I like more about
fun day. I think it's a fun day.
I like the fact that he is in the suit. We see the skull. That is most important to me. And then there's this one too.
Nice.
How about the two of them together? That Daredevil suit looks magical.
It does. It's shiny.
Oh, so good.
So we'll keep you updated with more news on that. Obviously, there's no release date yet for Born Again. Yeah. Where's there? Not yet.
I can look on the article, but I don't think that there is any official date except for sometime next year, if I remember right.
So I still have time to go back and watch all the Daredevil episodes.
Oh,
yeah.
Barenthal was fantastic.
Yeah, because
he also has a Punisher show too.
Right.
Yeah, the Netflix stuff is canon now, and all the Netflix stuff is right, if I remember correctly.
I think they were saying. So now I got it. I have some more watching to do. I'm gonna need some energy. We've been through a lot of the show. We got a lot to go ahead.
Dan says he was already looking forward to the new Daredevil show, but now he's even more psyched for it. And I hope this means they'll bring Frank back in the comics. I hope so too.
Yes, I think so, and I hope so. But we're gonna need some energy. So, would you guys just tell me how could I get energy to continue on with the show and continue on with watching? How do I get the energy to watch, to go to my couch and watch a bunch of TV shows, guys.
Well, that's funny you say that, Sonny. Head out to w.gg, save 10% on your order using keyword code -X at checkout, ladies and gentlemen. It is the no jitters, no bad aftertaste, no crash energy drink that Codex prefers on a regular basis. Once again, w.gg is the place to go. Save 10% using keyword code -X at checkout. But we have another sponsor. We have an important sponsor. Sonny, do you know who that would be?
Comic Logic?
That's very logical of you to say so.
Oh,
Uncle Gary, you know what? I just have this feeling that you know a lot about Comic Logic, so I'll let you tell us all
yeah,
about
I
it.
do. Well, Comic Logic is a proud sponsor of the Codex station. We're also Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. I happen to be one of the proud co-owners of it, and we have some wonderful events I want to tell you all about. If you're in the Northern Virginia area, please come in person and see us, especially on these dates. On April 20th, we have our 9th anniversary, 9 years. We have our 9th anniversary. Come in, say hi. There'll probably be refreshments, maybe a little bit of cake, something like that. We want to tell you, thank you for patronizing our establishment. Probably be a sale or two mixed in. So, but please come see us on our anniversary. Now, a really big event is on Free Comic Book Day, which is always the first Saturday in May. And this year, it's May the 4th. So it's Free Comic Book Day and it's Star Wars Day. And to commemorate that special occasion, that special crossing of those two worlds intersecting in one, we have Mr. Brendan Wayne will be signing autographs. Mr. Wayne is the fellow that plays in The Mandalorian. He is the Mandalorian. When the helmet is on, that is him doing the acting. So also a little side benefit that old guys like me really love is Mr. Brandon Wayne's bloodline is Hollywood royalty. He is John Wayne's grandson. And I can't wait to meet him because to me, I love the Duke. I love John Wayne movies. I grew up on them. Me and my grandfather watching them. So John Wayne is the man for me. And to have his son or his grandson, who will be taking a tour of the Library of Comics here.
Oh, yeah.
It will be pretty awesome to have him in this house, and I'll have him sign one of my John Wayne books. So I think that is going to be pretty awesome. So I look forward to that. So please come and see that. And then our last event I want to tell you about is on Sunday, May 19th. We have our Spring Lot Con. So twice a year, we turn our parking lot into a mini Comic Con. There'll be comic vendors, there'll be toys, there'll be local writers, local artists, and you can come out and purchase their wares. Come see us. I'll be running around all day. My best friend Mike Harbour, another co-owner, our principal co-owner Rob Kalin will be around, and you may get some Codex royalty there because the last one, our Fall Lot Con, we had Dan Kelly and Sal the Slab Guy there with their families. So look what turns up. Look at all these wonderful comic folks intersecting in a single place all at once. So come see us on that day too. But Comic Logic, Loudoun County, Virginia's only comic book store. We would love to make your acquaintance. So come see us.
All right.
I think there's going to have to be an on the spot on that one.
Oh,
there will be.
Yes, we need that. All right. Well, first, Keith had a message.
Canadian Survivalist says hashtag good vibes. Good to see you there. Hope you're surviving up in Canada.
Great White North.
Keith says, I'm glad the new Daredevil show is 18 episodes, more than a movie, less than 2 seasons. Everyone wins.
Wow, 18 episodes.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
big.
I'm excited.
It's going to be great. Full season.
Daredevil Born Again, how we were just showing the pictures with the Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
That brings us to It's Mail Call.
Ooh.
And this one's a special one with the Punisher. If you'd like to make me bigger on the screen.
Oh, that's
me.
Here
we go. Uncle Gary, not too long ago, you were telling us about this Punisher story called Punisher Warzone.
Oh, did you get it? Oh,
so I got it.
Yes.
And I was looking for it. And so there it is. I'm excited to read it. But it was normally a bit of money. And then I happened to find it for like $20 with quite a few other Punisher comics.
Nice.
So there's this one of the Punisher.
War Machine, nice.
That's cool.
And also came out Punisher Warzone issue 2.
Great John Romita Jr. cover.
And then I came with a lot of these Punisher comics with by Edmondson and Gerards. So Punisher number
Nice.
1. Number 2.
That's the Marvel Now era of the
Yep.
Punisher.
Yeah, they gave me quite a few of these were in there. Then this was 3.
Wow.
4. And keep in mind, this is $20 like all together.
This is a great deal.
Yeah, I had to jump on it. There we go.
The
What was
trade
it?
for $20 was worth it just for the trade.
Yeah, so I'm like, extra comics, I'll take it. So there's
You're
11.
gonna love the story.
I'm really excited for it. I really like this cover. I think that's
Yeah,
cool.
because you read it too, all right, Tim?
Oh yeah, I read it the day after Dark when you recommended it.
Oh,
13.
it sounds like after Sonny reads it, we need to have that needs to be one of our
Ooh.
reviews.
I'm
14,
down for
Sonny.
that.
I'm excited for it, yeah, because I'm like, man, it's gonna be a good one. I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah.
15.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, look
16.
at that.
Oh.
Sonny, you hit a mother load, man. You hit a baby.
Oh yeah.
Did
I
you get
truly
the
got a
whole
deal. Not the whole thing. There's 17.
I love that
And
cover.
there's 18. Yeah, so I was really happy with that deal. There's my mail call.
Nice.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Like I said, I was happy. Like I said, just to find Punisher Warzone alone for 20. I'm like, there we go. And it's like with all of these, all right,
Well-
I'll take it.
Sonny, you're not the only one that got stuff in the mail.
Oh yeah.
So,
I'm really excited to know what Uncle Gary got. But first, Tim, would you
Yeah.
show us what some of the stuff you got?
So
Uncle Gary shows us some of the healthy stuff he got.
healthy eating, a vegan lifestyle.
on over on another corner of YouTube, West Coast Dave Vengers. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. He does a comic book sale on Wednesday nights, like late nights. He's Pacific Coast, so I think it's around 10 or 11 when it starts. But he sells comic books on YouTube, and I go in there every so often with a set amount that I'm going to spend, about 50, maybe $60, and I usually come away with some pretty sweet stuff. So first things first, I'll show this off, this awesome magazine. Gary, do you remember the Marvel Year in Review magazines?
Yes.
Okay, I was able to get one of those. Not issue 1, which I would have loved to have, great McFarlane cover, but I got issue 2.
Look at that. Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Cap looks like he's hanging out on the corner.
He's in designer superhero
Oh
wear.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Fingers in belt loops. He's ready to either steal your girlfriend or
Your boyfriend, who knows?
Yeah,
give you,
it could be
give you
boyfriend.
freedom. One of
That
the
was the year
two.
1990, right?
Yeah, that's 1990, the year in
Great.
review.
Great year.
Yeah,
My year.
for Cap.
Cap exhibiting some sex appeal there.
This is the Incredible Hulk Ashcan edition for the wedding.
Oh,
cool.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm in an Ashcan's vibe right now. So
have you read the issues leading up to that?
no,
run?
I have not.
I have the epic collection leading. Yeah.
Have you read it,
the bachelor
Sonny?
party?
The bachelor party. The
my
film
God.
they view was quite epic. Cap had to watch it through his fingers,
Yeah.
like that. And the star of the movie was quite unexpected.
We have talked about this before.
Tim, would you show that one again real quick?
Oh yeah, this is the Ashcan edition.
So I got the Epic Collection. It's Hulk Epic Collection, Future Imperfect, but that's the cover. That's the issue that's on the cover. And it was when I was about to move in with my fiance Maria, and she said, "Oh, your book came," and she's like, "There's a little sticky stuff on one of the parts." She's like, "I cleaned it off." She's like, "But it came in the mail." She's like, "There's a little sticky things." It was on She-Hulk.
No.
I don't know what it was, but I was like, I don't know. I hope nobody did anything to my comic.
We need a black light so we can check this over. Yep. Okay,
Yeah.
that's going.
I hope it wasn't a scratch and sniff.
So
You better hope it smelled like pineapples.
I can't smell, so I don't know.
All right, moving on. So we can get healthy here in a minute. Spawn number 62. Enjoy that, Angela.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. They're very nice, Angela.
Gary, I'm taking your advice and I'm getting as many spawns as I can so I can then sell them all off and buy a huge Silver Age.
Wait, what issue is that though?
This is 62.
Yeah, it's the ones after
I know.
after 100 where the print runs were down to 10 grand. When I sold the ones before 100 aren't worth hardly anything. from like 100 to 250 are worth a lot.
Yeah, I have
Interesting.
3 or 4 issues in the hundreds.
Yep.
That's all I've got so far.
And I also had the Gunslinger spawns that I sold too. Which
there you go.
I like
Check
on the
this
cover,
out.
it's all like it's Spawn, but it's like Angela, and then they can barely see Spawn at the bottom.
This is an all
Angela. Oh, yeah,
Angela
there's
cover.
Spawn.
Yeah, 110%. That's Capullo and McFarlane. McFarlane, I think, did the inks. Capullo did the artwork. Yeah, that's an awesome cover. And that is minty fresh, ladies and gentlemen. Gary, this one's for you. This is Detective Comics number 384.
384.
Batman and Batgirl. And this is from 1960.
15 center, I bet.
Nope. 12 center.
Oh, it's 12 center. Okay. It was getting ready to go to 15.
Yep.
I loved the logo where they had Batman on one side and Batgirl on the other.
Oh, yeah. And the whole third.
Who is the mysterious she?
I love the big mastheads like that. Yep.
Yeah. You have no idea how much I look for these now because of when you were talking about them, and we just got so into that. So all the time I'm looking for these huge logos on the book.
This makes me feel great because I have influenced you to buy these. I influenced Sonny to buy Warzone. So
yeah,
I love it that y'all are actually listening to the crap that comes out of my mouth.
And then this last one I got, this is Uncanny X-Men 264. This is an Avenger on the cover, Gary. So
it's a beast, all right.
Yeah, an Avenger in an X-Men book. But it's a newsstand, and it is also a Mark Jewelers variant.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Oh, wow. I got a more. That's a great cover.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah, that is
one of my favorite beast covers.
I got Forge in the corner box, right?
Yeah, up here. Yeah, but the thing I love most about it is Sal's not here. So this is an Avenger making a guest appearance in an X-Men book.
I love that. So thank you. Thank you for
welcome. Yeah, so you don't see that very often, ladies and gentlemen, because they fight a lot. So
that's
there you go. Enjoy that. Mark Jewelers variant too. So that's what I got. Keith says here, I remember in 2001 when people were trying to push early Spawn issues at our store from the early 90s boom. Yeah. Dan says that's a weird Avengers logo at the top.
I don't know what's good with the Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. Gary, you got some mail too.
Oh, yes.
Mail. I picked these up in person, so I don't know how, because I know one thing you said to go ahead and show the Superman. This is the John Burns Superman,
God almighty
statue thing. It's plastic, but it's still pretty cool.
That is awesome.
It's Previews magazine puts them out, but it's based on John Burns artwork. And maybe for one of the After Dark shows, maybe I'll have him out and about. But for right now, he's trapped. He's encased in kryptonite plastic.
You weren't supposed to show me my birthday gift already.
Oh, I wasn't.
Be a surprise.
His birthday gift. You have to come over here and earn it, sweetheart.
Ooh, that's quid pro quo right there.
Yeah, that's quid pro quo. That's right. And that's illegal.
Gentlemen.
Speaking of things that should be illegal, now I'm going to warn you. I'm going to show you an incident of fun with food, but like they say on the news, these images may be disturbing. So if you're not up for it, please avert your eyes and just you'll have to listen to the reactions. Now, also, if you don't enjoy this image, it is Sonny's fault because he gave the go ahead for us to show this book I got.
Front and back.
Oh, you'll show the front and back.
Yeah.
This is a book I guarantee you nobody watching has ever seen. I've seen it one other time with my buddy, my dealer, my personal comic dealer, Damian Hill of Warthog Comics, WARTHAWG, and Warthog because he flew the A-10 in Desert Storm. So that's why it's the Warthog. That's what that plane is. But anyway, he got a copy. I said, you have got to find me a copy. He found me a copy, and this is only the second copy he's ever seen. But if you're ready, it is entitled Vegetable Lover and Other Spicy Stories.
Woo! Look at that.
That is a whole lot to take in.
Vegans, get ready to blood.
Vegans, get ready. And I mean, the butter dripping off that corn.
What did she say? When she took a bite, what did she say? Yum tasty.
Yum tasty. Lord. That's right. So, my goodness. That
Carrots
is
in there, yeah, cucumbers, yeah.
cucumber, pepper in the
Onions.
back, onions,
Carrot.
a big carrot, but the corn with the dripping butter.
There's broccoli way back there too.
and she
Everything,
Yes, the broccoli too.
everything you need on your
that's
dinner
right
plate, ladies.
and for all your vegetable needs. Now I will say this: she looks like a healthy corn-fed lass. I will say that.
Mm-hmm. See, yeah.
So now
Eat
the
a
back
green
cover,
thing every day.
the back cover is pretty funny too. So
Oh my
Horrible
god.
honeys.
horrible honeys, and there's a bunch of these in the book, and I can't show you pages in the book because
No.
there's random nudity in the book. But on the back, let's see, horrible honeys, Miss Grabby Hayes. Don't let this seaweed sweetie know you have a crush on her, or she may return the favor. Consider this lady armed and dangerous. So we've got a whole bunch of punny little femme fatales there.
Snoop,
And,
you are not late. You are on time,
Perfect
sir.
timing.
Chris, I saw Chris today. And Chris, shout out to Chris. This is another man served his country for us. Thank you, my brother. I always appreciate your service. But why did you serve your country? Because you wanted to be a vegetable lover, like because the freedom to have a book like this, pornography. Keith, you are right.
Did not come here for that nastiness,
this
sir.
is pornography. Keith, that is excellent. But Chris, this is one of the books I got from Damien. He's only seen this book twice, as have I. He has a copy. I have a copy. And Chris, I know you, buddy. I know you need a copy of this book. So
put
there
those
you go.
vegetables on a simmer, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Calm down.
Calm down. So, vegetables are good for you, evidently. Because again, look at that last. Look how healthy she is. Yep. So, and she's got a little nurse
she's been
hat
losing
on,
weight.
I'm gonna be like
losing weight because
Captain
she's losing her
America.
outfit.
Yeah, she's got a little
coming off.
nurse hat on
Yeah.
too. So there you go.
So she's some kind of medical professional.
Yes, she's a medical professional.
It's what
There
I
you
went
go.
to combat for.
That's exactly what you meant to combat for.
Wow.
And I knew it was, Chris. So
Wow.
you'll only see it here on the Codex station, ladies and gentlemen.
We have got
Vegetable lover.
We have got the puns coming out like corn from a stalk. We have got right on time Snoops that went to combat for vegetable love. Ladies and gentlemen, you can only find this here at Codex.
You can only find it here. and again, I got this from Damien Hill, who has the perfect issue of amputee love.
Oh my God.
If you've never seen the cover of Amputee Love, we can't even show that cover.
I am so ashamed.
Don't be ashamed.
Chris, you have no shame. Who are you fooling, buddy?
Love your vegetables, Snoop. Love your vegetables.
Yep. There's loving vegetables, and then there's loving vegetables.
No judgment here. No judgment.
Oh
here.
my Lord.
But I know something I'm on the hunt for now.
What is
I know an issue I want, with those next time maybe see to each I'll be like, do you have a vegetable? Who has the vegetable lovers comic books?
It's by Eros, EROS.
You're gonna get a shady guy that'll be like, "Excuse me, Sonny Kruger,
over here in the alley.
Come on down by the restrooms. I'll
What do you do? You into asparagus or broccoli? What do you want? Or turnips? You want some turnips?
Oh my God!
What other podcast shows you a book like that, right?
Oh my
only
Lord!
Only at the Codex station do you see one of the food groups represented so sinfully.
And vitamins too. Snoop says she needs her vitamin D. Well, hopefully she goes out in the sun and gets it, because that's where you can get it.
Well, when she's tending them vegetables, she's out in the sun.
Yes, there you go. She's got all she needs.
Oh my Lord!
She doesn't have a shirt, but she's got all she needs.
Right.
But Tim, I mixed up our works and mail call. That's all fine. But speaking of comic books, Tim, would you like to tell everyone how they can win a comic book for themselves?
I would love to do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy Gary's beautiful mug for 2 seconds. There it is. Now, let me show you this right here, this beautiful comic, Feral #1. This is the store exclusive for my local comic shop, Nirvana Comics in Knoxville, Tennessee. And once again, they have been gracious enough to pass this along to me so I can give it to you. Now, there is a really easy way to do that, and I'm going to tell you how to do that right now. First off, you need to be subscribed to Codex. If you haven't done that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now while I give you the rest of the instructions on how to win this awesome comic book. Now, this is going to be given away throughout the month of April. So at the very end of April, the last After Dark that we do, and I can tell you what that's going to be. So it'll be April 26th. That's the last, or not 26th, April 27th. That's the last After Dark we'll do for the month of April. We will be giving this book away. So now that I have talked long enough for you to find and hit the subscribe button for Codex, all you got to do now through the rest of this episode, starting now through the rest of this episode, if you haven't entered in already, type in hashtag giveaway in the chat right now, whether you're on Facebook or you're on Twitch or you're on YouTube, wherever we're live streaming right now, type in hashtag giveaway. We'll take that information down. And then on the 27th of April, make sure you're there for Codex After Dark Comics Unleashed live on Saturday at 11 p.m. to see if you won Feral #1 Nirvana Comics exclusive cover. There we go. Sunno the writer, hashtag giveaway. I wonder who that could be.
And that's
I'm rooting for him.
And that's a great homage cover to a fun movie.
And what movie would that be, Gary?
That would be Fright Night.
There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So now throughout the rest of tonight's episode, if you type in hashtag giveaway in the chat, you will be automatically entered in to win that cover.
Too bad we can't win that. That's a cool book.
That's right. Gary, you could win that, though. All you got to do is say hashtag giveaway.
I don't think that's fair.
Get on it, people, because look, I see you in the comments. We're already getting
next time I print that out, that I type in hashtag something, will be the first time I've ever done Not known for my tech skills.
Oh my god!
Hashtag Codex. Hashtag for you. Hashtag yeah.
Hashtag wonderful.
I don't know nothing about these hashtags. I know about hash browns. That's about it.
There you go.
Nice. Hashtag hash browns.
Hashtag hash brownies.
Oh yeah. Now I'm thinking about brownies. Okay.
Eat them slow, ladies and gentlemen. It'll creep up on you, and then you're riding to outer space.
I try not to eat too fast with brownies, but it's kind of hard. You bite it, you take one bite of a brownie, and before you know it, you've eaten 3 already.
That's right.
Speaking of the Browns, onto the F list.
Oh.
First, we're not skipping that random panel of the week. I know you're excited for that F list, but
oh, jeez,
we'll get to it. Okay, so first, we been up to some our works, and I'll mention that there is a new show. It is X-Men 97 reviews. First episode was me and Sal. We were reviewing X-Men 97 issues 1 and not issues. Episodes. Yeah. I'm excited about all the issues, but yeah, we were reviewing episodes 1 and 2 of X-Men 97, and then the next episode will be Sal and Dan reviewing it.
Yeah.
And last night I was going to tell you all. I'll share it now. You know, the episodes air at 3 a.m. and I'm normally up at that time, so it was one of the best countdowns I've ever had for anything, because I was finishing my episode 3 of a series about a series. That was exporting. I was waiting for it to export. I was waiting for it to 3 a.m. So I pulled out I was reading some X-Force comic books, and I was reading, and then it hit 3. So I finished my episode of a series about a series, episode 3. It is finished. So now I'll make a trailer on Friday. Should tell everybody their actual release date. So later this month, finally, after over a year working on it, episode 3 of a series about a series will come out. So finally I can relax a little bit. I can get to some more CODEX stuff.
I'm glad to see it. I can't wait.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that's a bit of what I've been up to. And then, as usual, Codex has a lot going on. Like, I know Comic Character of the Week tomorrow is set to be Power Girl.
Power Girl.
Yeah, Gary, go ahead and give us a little bit of information on Power Girl, our Character of the Week this week.
Oh, Miss Karen Starr, first introduced in All-Star Comics 58 from the mid-70s. And that first cover is such a great cover with her, the Robin of Earth 2, and Star Spangled Kid on it, drawn by Mike Grill. You know, and if want to hear an interview with Mike Grill, that's something else that the Codex station has. Myself and the wonderful Dan Kelly did an interview with the legend that is Mike Grill. So
and that was a long interview too.
It was a long interview. He was chatty. We were chatty. It was great.
And his wife said it's time to be done.
His wife. Such killjoys, right? Such killjoys. But that was a great interview. That was a really great interview. And he's one of my favorite artists. So,
Mine too.
I had a lot to talk about with him.
Keith here says, to be fair, we all mostly watched X-Men on Saturday mornings back in the day. That is absolutely true.
Good times. Good times.
And after school too.
So now I don't have Disney Plus, but I did watch. I have the whole 90s. I watched the 97 series as it was coming out, and I have the DVD set of it all. Sonny, are you loving what you've seen so far? Because you are the guy that you've been waiting and waiting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
like
good.
I said, 3 a.m. I'm ready to watch. I don't want anybody chance to spoilers, and I was a little nervous. But oh yeah, I'm loving it. So that's why I was like, yes, definitely. I'll make sure to get onto that first one, especially for the review of the first 2 episodes. And I'm looking to do more episodes as well. But yeah, so
Very
good
nice.
times, enjoying the show, and of course, like I said, 3 a.m. earlier today, I was up and I was ready to watch. And next week, you know what I'll be doing at 3 a.m.
Watching X-Men 97.
I've watched some stuff at 3 a.m. I don't know if I've ever watched cartoons at 3 a.m.
For me, it's just a normal 3 a.m. It's just a normal. It's like almost like 3 p.m. for me.
Okay,
it's just too different. Yeah,
Gary,
I'm up at 3 a.m. and 3 p.m.
The animation in the show X-Men 97 is
looks just like
fantastic.
the original, right?
Better.
Oh, much better.
I
Okay.
think it looks better because they're not outsourcing or whatever. It's all streamlined. Very, very good. The show has grown up along with us.
Nice.
And it shows, and it's really awesome. Yeah.
So
I look forward. I'll buy the DVD set of his hell again.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully they make DVD. Yeah, because I know my brother Eddie, he loves getting like DVDs, and he's like, they're stopping making this DVD. They're not making wrestling DVDs anymore. So
yeah, that's just too much money. You know what? Not everybody's stream. It's just too much money. I can't believe they won't make DVDs of it.
I still love to have DVDs. I still like to have them in my collection.
I do. Yep.
Do we need to hear about the Morning Hog Report?
Well, the Morning Hog Report was always delivered by Ned Beatty with banjo music playing in the background.
Oh my God!
Who's got the banjo? Anybody?
No. Yeah, there. So that's for all you that have seen Deliverance. Boy, you got a purty mouth.
It's a purdy DVD I got right there.
Oh, look at that!
Wow, you have that on hand, Sonny.
Sonny had that on speed dial.
Now's my time to shine. I got it right here. Oh my God!
See, like I said, hey, we were just talking about DVDs.
Yes, physical copies of things. Because when the world goes to hell and you can't stream anymore, if you can get a little bit of electricity, you can still watch your stuff. That's right.
Watch a movie. There you go. All right.
But it's there'll be a bit of a hurtful day if we did lose internet and everything. But speaking of hurtful, it brings us to a random panel of the week.
Oh, here we go.
Gary, get ready for this.
Ready?
Ooh.
I know this panel.
Oh yeah.
I know this panel.
He doesn't look like him, but it is actually Sandman punching Spider-Man's butt.
Right.
And you see a big explosion of sand.
The Poopy Caboose.
We actually don't see Sandman's hand anymore. And he's wearing this green outfit. That was his green outfit. So
that should have been his brown outfit.
He made his outfit brown with that.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
Oh, Lord.
a bit more redness and some brownness to Spider-Man's outfit after that attack.
When you go to the beach and you're wearing your swim trunks and you get sand in uncomfortable places, that is like 1,000 times worse, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my Lord.
Wow.
I did some research. That is actually in the Amazing Spider-Man issue 215, when Spider-Man and the Submariner take on the Frightful Four.
Spider-Man getting it in the pooper.
Oh yeah,
right in the pooper.
Sandman, Flint. Was
getting the old fist.
Yeah, that's just a terrible. I mean, that's just a terrible thing that he did to him.
Oh my
My
God.
goodness.
There's fighting, there's being a villain, and then there's that. That is taken to a whole other level.
There's
Yeah, there was
being a villain, then there's being a villain.
There was a soccer game between two South American teams about 4 or 5 years ago, and a dude, in one of the, the whistle had blown and the refs were making a call here and there, and a guy on one of the opposing team went up to another guy and put his finger up in his butt. The dude that got violated turned around and slugged the dude.
Can't blame him.
The hitter, the guy that that punched, got thrown out of the game, given a red card, and then, of course, when the replays were done and all that, the other guy got suspended for a long time.
Oh my God!
Violence is not the answer, but sometimes it is the answer. That's the answer to that.
You gotta defend yourself. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah. So hopefully, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man got back with old Flint Marko punching him in the ass like that.
Oh yeah, and actually, there was quite a fight in the Submariner. You would think he was the one who got it, but the Submariner came back and he punched Sandman so hard, Sandman, like sand came out of his face, out of his arms, out of everything. Yeah, Submariner definitely avenged Spider-Man.
Did Submariner punch Sandman so hard that sand came out of Peter's ass?
Oh my God!
Maybe it was coming out of all places. Yeah.
You get it everywhere. It just doesn't go away.
He hit him so hard that the sand jumped back out of Peter's butt.
Oh my Lord!
Man, that panel though. How do you even print that panel?
Okay, Snoop. I need to know.
Chickens wear pants.
Please tell us.
Because they like sand.
Oh my God!
Because they don't give a cluck.
There you go.
Here we go. Gary, you can read that out loud.
Their peckers are on their face.
Oh, there you go.
Oh man, this is Operation Poopy Caboose is in full effect, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. It's just redundant at that point, right? Yeah. Ooh. Oh Jesus, that's good.
What's next on the shit?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a crappy.
When is YouTube yanking us? It's coming out.
Maybe after this crappy F-lister.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Sonny, you already saw it, ladies and gentlemen. I got a new intro card for the F list. Get ready for this.
Oh wow, let's see this. That is great. I love the music.
I'm such a child when it comes to this stuff. I love it.
That is awesome.
And today, joining the F list, Dung.
Dung?
Dung.
Here he is. He's in like a whole metal outfit and he's shooting something brown at Savage Dragon.
What would that be, Gary?
That looks like excrement to me, Tim.
You think so?
Wow.
That's a big old pile of shit.
Yeah, here's some dung for your face,
Glub.
This, of course, it's Savage Dragon. Of course, you had to mine that well again.
I love the action word right there, Brapalorch.
Oh yeah.
Now you know what would be really tragic though, if he teamed up with Heavy Flow, because then he'd have blood in his stool, and that's never good.
Oh my God, the Poopinator, Snoop says. Wow.
The Poopinator.
Oh my Lord. Let's cycle through these pictures one more time.
No,
that's the clean one. So that's after his pipes have been cleaned.
It's after his colonoscopy.
There he is.
Right.
Don't cover.
And that's issue 39, ladies and gentlemen, if you're collecting out there.
Wow. That's a key, right?
I believe so. And then there's that. Oh, those nozzles have already.
Yeah, there's some dripping going on there.
Oh yeah.
Man.
Okay. All right.
Uncle Gary, would you like to give the history of Dung?
The Poopinator.
So
Wow.
we'll
Okay.
which one will motivate you? This one or this one?
Okay, so this was a fella that was having a routine surgery named Al Schatz, and he was having a colonoscopy that went horribly wrong, and
Excuse me, Mr. Schatz.
they used irradiated snake to go up into his colon to check his colon, but it caused all the workings of his of his intestines to work in overdrive from that point on, that the irradiation made them work at such a high level that he was constantly producing copious amounts of excrement. And to do that, he would have to eat all the time. And the thing is, he couldn't maintain this in his body. And so he had to have this exoskeleton built where he could channel the extra excrement that he had, and he could use it and funnel it and channel it and expel it at high velocity and at high volume. And he decided to not be a superhero, but he would be a super villain, because he didn't think anyone would like a shit-based hero.
Oh my God, Keith
Ladies
hates
and gentlemen,
female
Al
counter.
Schatz.
Keith dislikes his female counterpart, Miss Pink Eye.
Oh man.
You know how you get pink eye, right, ladies and gentlemen? You get poop in your eye.
Evidently.
That's so great. I love our audience. They're so amazing.
I do.
Gary, Mr. Schatz, Mr. Al Schatz. Jeez.
Pretty good name, right?
Excuse me, Mr. Schatz. It appears
Mr.
you
Schatz.
have you'd yourself. What?
You've soiled yourself.
No, that's my name, Schatz.
Before I get to the real history, I'll have you can read that comment.
Wait a minute. I'm too busy cracking jokes here. If he need Jeez, Snoop, you're killing me here. If he needed extra power, he'd eat corn and peanuts, which is how he hooked up with the veggie lever. My Lord.
There you go. There you go.
It all comes together. The whole episode comes together.
It's the circle of poop.
Full circle, ladies and gentlemen. Full circle.
Poop. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And can't forget Sandman's,
I'm broke.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have been broken today.
Well, see,
Jesus.
Sandman with the butt shot might have been the one that could help, solidify what he was shooting out there. Made him a little more solid.
Keith says, to be fair, would he really smell better than Swamp Thing?
He would smell a lot worse than Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing smells like dank swamp, but he doesn't smell like shit.
There's no other way to put it. Oh.
You wouldn't step in moss and go, God damn it, I stepped in some swamp.
Not again.
Yeah, not again.
I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy, but
the swamp off my feet. Yeah,
but not as angry as Poop.
Some bog.
Oh my God, Sonny, what is the real history of this guy?
Okay, we ready for Dung?
Yes.
He hails from where I live, Chicago, Illinois. There isn't so much. His height is around 6 foot. His weight isn't known. His eyes are brown. His hair is brown. His date of birth is unknown. Yeah.
Of course, it's all brown.
All brown. But there's a little more to him. And this is from the wiki.Savage Dragon. It says Dung was one of many freaks that were dissatisfied with the way that Overlord was running the Vicious Circle. He joined up with Cyberface's rival faction, the Annihilators, and eventually assisted him in that's their messed up, not mine. Him in claiming the leadership of the criminal organization. Dung remained with the group from that point onwards. He is obviously a villain of Savage Dragon, yet throughout his years of service, Dung has taken part in numerous assaults on the behalf of the Vicious Circle. He aided in the defense of Chicago when the Martians invaded, fought at the White House when Cyberface was being deposed, and was part of the superhuman army gathered by Mr. Glum during his reign. Dung is later seen at a Vicious Circle meeting where he exclaims that the word is out that Overlord is out to destroy the Vicious Circle due to the headlines from Gossip Rag. Smart. He takes his lessons from Gossip Rag.
I love these characters' names.
At this point in time, Dung had aged considerably and now he had gray hair. He had a gray beard I did see later on he did have a gray hair as well. It is soon discovered that Dung has 2 daughters named Blossom and Dumpling. Now, I decided to look into this. Blossom and Dumpling, you know how he he still has like a human face, but he shoots out feces. Blossom and Dumpling are literally just huge feces creatures. Yeah, so they're 2 lovely young ladies.
So especially Dumpling.
Oh my
Dumpling and
God.
Blossom, they're always arguing with each other. And he's like, girls, get along. They were not born.
Figure your shit out.
Oh, there you go. Get your shit together.
Cut the shit.
Yeah.
This is going to surprise you guys.
Did they ever frighten one another and scare the shit out of each other?
No, they just beat the crap out of each other.
Oh, there you go.
This is going to come as a huge surprise, guys. But Blossom and Dumpling,
does.
they were not born through normal means. As
No, I
created,
bet not.
he
Were they
created
a butt
them.
baby?
He created them to fill the void in his wife's life as she was not able to produce children. However, his wife rejects them all and leaves them all behind.
Oh my God.
So sometimes his mother spends time with them. But here's the...
I like how you said leaves them behind.
That's what it say. I'm just reading what it said.
So she didn't rear them?
Oh my God.
She just left him behind, didn't even pay attention. No wipe. She didn't wipe any tears.
They were
nothing.
butt babies.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, butt babies for sure.
Took the Browns to the Super Bowl.
That's right. That's right.
Maybe one day. But guys, let's get serious.
Okay.
About to get sad.
Well, that's a big ask.
Cut the crap. Cut the crap, guys. It's about to get serious.
That's a crap. Okay.
Dung later bleeds. He bled to death when he is hit by the negation of Chicago, causing him to bleed out through his arms. So,
Wow.
Not his rectum.
In Savage Dragon, no. Maybe it wasn't shown. Savage Dragon number 5 saw the first appearance of Dung, and in Savage
I might
Dragon,
actually have that issue.
There you go. In Savage Dragon 248 was the death of Dung, where his mother also took the daughters and they left Chicago.
What issue was the death of Dung?
Savage Dragon 248.
248. So
far.
Dung made it a long way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I heard, so Dung is dead. He's done, but his daughters, Dumpling and Blossom, the 2 huge,
They live
you
on.
know what, they live on. Yeah.
There you go.
I heard they were turds.
Big piles
They
of
are.
shit.
They're turds.
They truly are. Truly. You can even look it up. If you
Snoop,
want to see it.
Jesus Christ, man. Rectum damn near killed him.
And it did. It truly did.
Oh, if you ever get to meet Chris, he is a character.
I
Buddy.
can't wait. It'll be a great day.
Listen, he came up here and stayed a week with me and Mike. We were hanging out for a week. My face hurt from laughing all day.
Oh my God.
Hanging with that Joker. So, oh my God.
we love the jokes. So keep them coming. We're more than fine with them. But yeah, so that's it. That is how Dung died. Everyone. I'm going to ask what I usually ask, but I think I kind of know everyone's answer. If we think Dung makes it out of the F list.
No.
He's on the
So it's
shit
a
list.
yes from Uncle Gary.
He's on the
There it
shit
is.
list.
There we go. So he's out of the F list and he's on to that list.
Wah, 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 wah.
Tim, what about you?
No, I'm with Gary. He's on the shit list permanently.
Yeah,
This
He's
character
next
stinks.
he truly does. And yeah, to me, I say he stays on both. He stays in the list you mentioned, and I think Dung will always stay on the F list.
Yeah.
Hey, he'll be there with heavy flow.
Is that,
Perfect couple.
Does F stand for fecal?
And
Yeah.
and fluff.
In his case, it does.
Yes.
Wow.
Man.
If Snoop's got another comment, I'm gonna lose it. Yeah, he does. There we go. That's perfect.
Okay, there you go.
I can't take much more, man. My
Listen.
face is gonna fall off.
I'll tell you, to give you an idea, two of his favorite characters are Booster and Beetle. And their
That's
relationship.
wonderful.
So he is, that'll give you an insight on him.
Oh
Those
my
all things
God.
JSA too, but
Oh.
Booster and Beetle. Oh man,
That's
Yeah.
We'll have
great.
to review a Booster Gold and
wait a
Blue
minute.
Beetle sometime.
wait a minute. I remember an incident where old Snoop there. I think he almost blew up a bathroom in a restaurant, and we had to get the hell out of there because of what he did in that bathroom.
Oh
we had to go quickly. So
apparently he did too.
yeah.
So
They thought
yeah,
Dung had come into the restaurant.
That's right.
Dung stays on the shit list
Forever.
forever.
And ever.
Yep, no change.
And maybe he'll be joined by his daughter sometime.
And what was his real name again?
It just said Dung.
Dung. You know what?
Dung.
Al Schatz has got to be his name.
Done.
Yeah. Al Schatz, yeah.
Al Schatz.
We don't know, so that's what we'll be going with, for today.
Wow.
What a character he is. But speaking of things that smell a teeny bit better than dung,
yeah,
that I can't believe that's their character. Wow,
let's do this.
That was great. That was great.
I was all for you. I said I'm saving him until Uncle Gary's back.
You know what?
Show.
I can wade through that deep excrement just fine. Still better than heavy flow.
There you go. So heavy flow still remains your fave.
Heavy flow is the one that frightens me.
Oh my
nightmares.
God. That's wonderful.
Yep.
So good.
But somebody more classy than heavy flow and dung is Swamp Thing. Maybe he doesn't smell the best, but hey, he tries.
That's
you go.
So everyone, that brings us to our review. And today we are reviewing Swamp Thing number 9.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the title of this issue, Sonny?
Swamp Thing number 9, The Stalker from Beyond.
There it is.
Look at that. Uncle Gary's
ladies and gentlemen. So before I get into the two people that worked on this book, Snoop has a beautiful comment. If he crapped in the past, would he be a Shatner? He absolutely would, Snoop.
There you go. He would.
And the good thing is that this whole section is going to get cut from the rest of the episode and turned into a review down the road. So you watching in the future, that whole little question there is taken completely out of context. Go watch episode 105. Watch episode 105 of the podcast and you'll understand.
We'll put it in the comments. But yeah, there's quite a lot of craziness and nastiness. And
there you go.
Yeah. Awesome
All
episode. Right. Awesome issue. But I will let Tim give the credits to Swamp Thing number 9.
Swamp Thing, Volume 1, Number 9. The Stalker from Beyond, ladies and gentlemen, was written by Len. Is it Wein or Wine? Len Wein. And all artwork, that includes colors, was done by Bernie Wrightson, the altar that Uncle Gary worships at.
Oh, look, so here's a nice hardback book. You want to see something cool?
Yeah.
For Gary.
Oh, wow. Wrightson. That is wonderful.
My only regret is I don't have Len Wein's signature. I wasn't able to meet him, but Bernie, I met him once. Snoop has met him too, and he's a great guy. Yeah.
All right, Sonny, what's this issue about, dude?
I will give us a little run through of a lot of this story. So we start off, like I said, Swamp Thing number 9, The Stalker from Beyond. We see these two dirtbags. They're about to rob somebody on a train, and suddenly it appears to be Swamp Thing. So they get scared, they get thrown out, but accidentally Swamp Thing falls out of the train as well. So then now he has to walk his way. And then we cut over to a beach, and we see Abigail and Matthew Cable. They're talking, and even Matt says, "Oh, I know I'm going to be called. They're going to want me to, it's going to be the FBI or something. Someone's going to call me to. Oh, that's it. They're going to call me to Washington." And then somebody comes along named Smithers. I can't help but think of The Simpsons whenever I hear Smithers. So Smithers comes along and he says, Matt, we need you to do something. We need you in Washington. So Matt is there, and that is where he meets Captain Brad Sampson. And this is where Captain Sampson tells him about Operation Space Face. So he tells him what they got to do. There's a UFO. We need you to take care of Operation Space Face. And at this time, Swamp Thing, he comes across the barn where he was pretty much made. So he's looking for objects and things like that that made him so he can try to heal himself from being Swamp Thing. And then what does he see? He sees these objects were used to create something else. And he looks, and what is it? There's a spaceship being made, and there's an alien. There's a big old alien. When it looks like it just says alien, there's no actual name, but the alien is wearing what looks like a space outfit, and it's a pretty big one too. It's not known if this alien is a man or a woman. You just know that even the comic says we'll just refer to it as it. So
Yep.
Swamp Thing and this alien, there's a bit of misunderstanding. As soon as they see each other, they start fighting, and it's quite an interesting fight. As the alien seems to zap Swamp Thing's arm off, but Swamp Thing just heals it, breaks the gun, but with a huge
There's
kick.
the alien.
Yeah.
There we
The,
go.
the alien. Yeah.
The big alien, and the alien, I think they even say like has like almost like it almost looks like elephant trunks for feet, huge, and gives Swamp Thing quite a kick. But then the alien suddenly, when Swamp Thing is out, almost seems to feel bad, like it doesn't realize like oh, it kind of feels bad, so it takes Swamp Thing and lightly puts him back into the swamp.
Yep.
And at this time, we have the other soldiers, well, Captain Samson and his soldiers. They find the alien, and his guy O'Reilly goes up. They say, O'Reilly, don't go up to it. And one punch from the alien pits him out. But the alien, again, stops, and then they capture the alien. The alien doesn't try to fight back. And then throughout this time, they're trying to decide what to do, and the soldiers eventually even to start to fight when one of them goes to kill the alien, but it's Swamp Thing who quickly saves this alien. So yes, Swamp Thing has recovered, and all the soldiers are fighting each other. Some think the alien should just be dead. Some think, like, hey, leave it. Our orders were to take it back alive. And at this time, Swamp Thing takes the alien and rescues it. And then I will stop my review right there. I will stop my run through right there. I will not give away the full ending. So, for me, Swamp Thing issue number 9, The Stalker from Beyond. I really like the artwork. Think it goes great with Swamp Thing. I like this story. I was a bit surprised that it wasn't what I was expecting. Especially with that cover, that the iconic Swamp Thing cover that I love, and I know Uncle Gary loves.
Favorite of all time.
Yes, that's right. As soon as I see it, I was thinking of you. I was a bit surprised at how important the alien, to me, almost seems like the main character of the story. And I like one thing I really loved about the story was, let's see somebody who doesn't know comics, they may look and be like, wait, you tell me that a story with the Swamp Thing and some alien, you tell me this is going to have a powerful message, but it does. It has a powerful message. It's a lot more than like, oh, pretty cool fighting. Oh, there's a nice alien, and it's really showing that. I think Uncle Gary said, I don't know if it was on the pre-show or just general talking, how we said the real monsters of this story are the characters like Samson, who are just out for blood and just want to kill. Whereas the alien, as powerful as it is, when it hit Swamp Thing, because it was in a fight, it felt bad and it wanted to help. It didn't want to hurt people. It just wanted to make the spaceship to go be back on its planet, but it didn't want to hurt anybody. So I really liked the message it sent. For me, that brought a bit points up for me. The one thing is I wanted to see a bit more. Like, I would say it is a compliment to the story, as I was like, oh, it ended at one issue. I felt that I would like to see it be at least a 2 or 3 issue story. I wanted to see, I think Swamp Thing and the alien I really wanted to see more of I think they could have had a great friendship of understanding each
It
other.
is a very self-contained story.
Yeah, they're both outsiders. So in one case, it is like, it's such a great one shot. But in one case, I'm like, oh, I would have liked to have seen a bit more. But overall, this is a great story, and I highly recommend it. So for me, I Sonny Kruger on the Codex Podcast, on my 100th episode of the Codex Podcast with Codex Station, I give Swamp Thing number 9, The Stalker from Beyond, 9 out of 10.
Ooh,
I say it's
okay.
a great
Very
issue.
good.
So check it out.
Okay.
Uncle Gary, I know you're very excited, but I'll let Tim go next.
Tim should go next. Yep.
Oh yeah, Gary, you chose this. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say. Sonny, right off the bat, I'm going to agree with you that this entire issue from front to back was a message. And it's not one of those preachy ones either. Like, even at over 50 years old with this book, the message of tolerance that it teaches is as fresh now as it was back then, and it is incredibly important. Let's go with the artwork first. Bernie Wrightson's artwork. This is my first real time getting a look at his work, and it is absolutely fantastic. The way he draws people on its own is mesmerizing. But the way he draws Swamp Thing and the way he draws backgrounds and other creatures and things like that, This man's talent for horror and science fiction is huge. And it shows. There is so much attention to detail. Like if you're a fast reader with comic books, you can't do that with this issue. You have to slow down. You have to really take in the visuals. And Swamp Thing himself kind of forces you to do that because of the way that he's lettered to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that his thought bubbles are working, there's all these pauses in between words and stuff, almost like he's tired. And that's another thing. And this is credit to Len Wein. I have only read modern Swamp Thing stuff, and that list is very small. So reading this within the first 10 issues of the character's first ongoing series, I love coming in. Especially when a book is written like this, I love coming into the beginnings of a character's story. And when you come into like issue 9, for example, and you don't feel left out and you don't feel like you have no idea what's going on and you don't feel like you are completely missing the point from first box, right? First piece of artwork. First words all the way to the end, I felt very engrossed in the story. I was entranced by the visuals by Wrightson. Wein's writing kept me going. This book was amazing, and if you've never read Swamp Thing, you will be caught up by the end of the issue, and you'll be in the know like everybody else is. I'm glad I read this, Gary. I'm glad you recommended it. This is a great issue. The Stalker from Beyond, it's a mixture of horror and thriller and science fiction. And I thank you for that. So I think it's a no-brainer. Artwork and writing together, this gets a very well-deserved 10 out of 10 from me. Highly recommend.
10 for 10.
Love it.
Yeah. Snoop here says his black and white work is even better. Frankenstein, Alive was a masterpiece. And Sonny, Sal says, hey, guys, did I miss the action figures yet? Oh, yes.
You missed quite a lot, but yeah, you can always go back and rewatch the episode.
Right.
There you go.
Sal, if I got a book to show, you'll see it on Comics Unleashed this week.
Oh my God.
Oh,
yeah.
You're in for a treat. Or
you're in for a treat.
Something healthy.
Yeah.
Healthy treat.
But yeah, Gary, what do you got, man? This is like your issue here. What do you have to say?
So, of course, I would rather y'all read this starting with House of Secrets 92, which was a standalone story by Len Wein and Bernie Wrightson. And then when it was so successful, they wanted a Swamp Thing series. So the Swamp Thing in House of Secrets 92 is not Alec Holland. It was Alex Olson was the character of Swamp Thing. It was set in Victorian times. So this was modernized, set in current times. Alec Holland was the Swamp Thing. But the journey through. I picked 9. I originally had picked 9 and 10 because I thought they were really good examples of this. And I want to tell you that these stories it was gothic horror at its best. Bernie Wrightson, again, I worship the altar of Bernie Wrightson. He is my favorite artist of all time. And Tim, I really wanted to immerse you in his art because I didn't think you had read it, and I thought you would really dig it. But the first issue is how he's created. The second issue deals with an evil sorcerer. The third issue deals with a Frankenstein monster. The fourth issue deals with a werewolf. The fifth issue deals with witchcraft. The sixth issue deals with a robotic town of robots that kindly inventor has created. The seventh issue is the great Batman issue where he comes to Gotham and deals with an evil corporation. That was the seventh issue. The eighth issue deals with a demonic creature. The ninth issue has an alien, and the 10th issue is one of the greatest ghost stories I've ever read. So you're dealing with all these great classic monsters in this gothic horror book, and there's a sense of there's an emotional heft in these books, right? I think. Are you all familiar with the original Incredible Hulk series that was on TV?
Yes, with
Okay,
Lou
heard of it.
okay,
I
Ferrigno.
mean,
okay.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but yeah.
Okay, but Tim, have you watched episodes before?
Oh yeah, several.
So he would always go town to town and had the melancholy music and things like that.
Na,
Who,
na, na,
yeah,
na.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever wrote that, I think, had to be influenced by these Swamp Thing books, because the whole time he's trying to get back to where he was created, and this is the 9th issue, and he's finally got back to the Bayou.
Yeah.
He's always trying to disguise who he is and all this, and he's finally got back to the Bayou in this issue. But there's a melancholy about it. And Swamp Thing usually isn't one to react with anger, but when he reacts with anger to the alien, because he's trying to regain his humanity, and his tool, his machines and his lab has been deconstructed to help repair this alien spaceship, and he's taken parts, and he's angry, and he reaches out at first, and talk about cool art when the alien disintegrates his arm and it grows right back.
No.
That is such a cool
Like
sequence
the
of panels from
fingers
top to
were contorted up
Yeah.
until that panel where he grabs the gun.
Yeah, and it grows back, and
Yeah.
so the alien again incapacitates him, but has an empathy to him. And then when like I said earlier, the monsters in the story are not the alien or the swamp creature. The monsters are us. We're the monsters, and how they treat him. And the swamp creature, I mean, the alien is only captured because after he hits O'Reilly and almost breaks his neck, he is remorseful and allows himself to be captured because of that remorse. And then, the Samson is the one that wants to kill him and not take him back because he's intolerant. He doesn't want, he thinks that this will be to the detriment of the world to know that this thing exists.
Yeah.
And so he's going to kill it. And he starts fighting with other members of, with the Swamp Thing and other members of his men. And, the Swamp Thing helps the creature escape, and he gets to his ship. And we won't give away the ending either, but it's not the ending I think you quite expect. I think the ending
was not.
The ending is a bit of a gut punch, right? And kind of bittersweet. And, it's just, there's a tragedy there. So it's just, I think I was 9 when I read this book.
Oh, wow.
Issue number 9.
9, reading 9. So this was one of my earliest books that I ever bought. So this came out in 1974, which is the year I started collecting comics. So this is probably in my first 10 books that I have this. And as a 9-year-old reading this, it just blew my mind. The art, I love monsters. I was always watching Creature Feature and stuff like that. But the monster that had the humanity that Alec Holland had. And then the alien had what we would call humanity, right? Even though it wasn't human, he had humanity and had good. And he just wanted to go home. He just wanted to go home, right? Like E.T., he just wanted to go home. And it's just a sad little story. And we're the assholes. We're the assholes. So yes, there was a great message there, and it was done in a way that didn't over preach it. It told a nice story. It told a really good story. And like I said, the ending of it isn't what you kind of would have expected, and it's just, again, it just leaves you with a sense of melancholy. And I think, that's why happy endings aren't always the best. You know what I mean? Because
I agree with that.
You don't,
especially with this.
Yeah, you don't, it's more, it resonates more than a happy ending would have resonated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I was kind of hoping, I kind of wanted it though.
Yeah. But
this is the type of issue that sticks with you, right?
Yes,
that
sticks with you more, especially because of the ending. So
yeah, and it's something that you can bring up, like when it's relevant, or as talking about some of the best issues ever written. You can bring this up as a showcase for that.
Absolutely, which is why I thought this was a great one to introduce you to this character that I love so much. And I know when we had Brandon from Mon Comics on, who loves Man-Thing, he hasn't read these original Swamp Things. Ooh. And I challenged him to read these, and then let's have a discussion, because I really think you'll like them. And, and what I like in relation to Man-Thing with Swamp Thing is Man-Thing, you're not privy to his thoughts. right? He's a cipher. You interpret what you think. But Swamp Thing, Alec Holland, you're privy to his thoughts. And when he speaks, and it's those orange things, this version of Swamp Thing had a lot of difficulty speaking. So it took great effort for him to form words.
Which is why it
pauses,
which is why it was like that. So
makes sense.
he didn't speak very often, and it was guttural, and it was very hard for him to form those words.
I think the only word he actually said in the entire issue was "huh."
Yeah,
I think that's the only spoken word he ever had.
Okay, yeah, there are other issues where he says a little bit, but he's definitely not verbose like the Swamp Thing you're used to, since then. But this is the original template that the others were built off of, and I just think it's magnificent melding of fantastic writing. Len Wein's, there's not a bad word in this story. It's just so perfect, sets the scene, the narration, the characters' words, and then
the narrator is as much a part of the story as the rest of it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the art is just simply masterful. It is masterful.
Pam says you're assholes. I just got here, so context. I think you guys are pretty great.
If you see what we put on the F list in the random panel, you may agree with what was said.
Pam, you know what? We were talking about humanity in general, but yes. But after you see the inhumanity of what we discussed on the F list, you're going to probably say, yeah, you guys are assholes.
Oh, my God.
Well, and Pam, in case you're with us tomorrow for the Power Girl show, I want to apologize in advance for all the bad things that show won't get. So
God.
I should be better than I will be tomorrow, but I just can't. But back to Swamp Thing, back to the end of the route. I'm glad y'all really liked it. I'm glad to introduce y'all to what I think is one of the greatest runs of any comic ever. Swamp Thing 1, House of Secrets 92, and Swamp Thing 1 to 10. I think is one of the greatest runs of any book ever. And for me, 10, baby.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
10 from Uncle Gary. I was going to say, if you didn't,
Pam
I was say, what would give
we
a 10
are
for
forgiven.
You?
Thank you, Pam.
Well, thank you, Pam. So, yes, I give Swamp Thing number 9, The Stalker from Beyond, 9 out of 10. Loved it. Wanted to see a little more. Tim and Uncle Gary gave Swamp Thing number 9, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Zombie Cat here says Swamp Thing is just such a cool character. I love what his characters become. He's there to protect the green.
You know what?
Amazing
I actually do really like the evolution of this character to be an avatar of the green, and he's so much more powerful than he was in this original iteration.
No.
But Zombie Cat, if you haven't read them, please read those original issues because it's just got a different flavor, a different feel, and and it's so worth it. And then you can appreciate the evolution that they have taken, where Alan Moore and others took this character since then. But man, those originals, it's much more of a personal story. It's much more insulated of Alec Holland. And I always love the monsters that have a man trapped inside or that's been like the Thing. That's one reason you love the Thing is because he's Ben Grimm, but his outward appearance is that creature. Alec Holland, his mind is trapped within that muck encrusted mockery of a man is what they used to say. So I'm just thrilled to be able to introduce that to y'all, and I'm glad y'all loved it.
I did too. I loved it. And like you were saying, I know you want us to also check out Swamp Thing number 10. I'm looking forward to it. We will get to reviewing Swamp Thing number 10 in a future episode of the Codex podcast. Like I said, Swamp Thing number 9, we highly recommend it. Check it out, everybody. Amazing issue. And
the thing about number 10, that was the last Len Wein Bernie Wrightson issue. That was it. All so that's got a little sadness there because of that.
So yeah, we will definitely review that in a future episode and the Codex podcast. And now I also want to read the 1 through 10, like you said, because I love 9. I'm looking forward to checking out the others as well.
There you go. There you go, Chris. And it's been collected many, many times. There's a wonderful absolute edition that came out a few years ago that is beautifully done and remastered and all that. There are hardbacks of it, like My Roots of the Swamp Thing. This is out of print, but maybe you can find on eBay. But recently, there was a Bronze Age Swamp Thing trade that came out that has the first 12 issues of Swamp Thing or 13 issues and the House of Secrets. That is very affordable. That is very affordable. So, they are out there to, collected editions of this.
Wonderful.
I encourage you all to read them.
Yes, so everybody, hey, my birthday's coming up next month. It's affordable gifts, right?
There you go.
There's
Dan
Dan Kelly,
says
who also
those-
shares my birthday.
No, fantastic. So you guys
That's
can trade Swamp Thing gifts.
Yeah.
He says those Ween Wrightson issues were fantastic.
They were.
All right.
Yeah, Dan I gave Dan the 9. He had to read it. I had to make him read it.
Nice. Well, hey, I wouldn't even say if you say he had to read it. I'm sure he did not mind it one bit.
No.
As neither of us minded reading Swamp Thing
No.
number 9. And I'm sure we will be returning to it. I would love to check it out again because it's a great issue. And now we can mention here that next week is the story that Tim picked out, and it will be Conan the Barbarian, the 2023 series, issues 1 through 4.
That's right. Yeah. And it'll either be Gary next week or Sal or Dan. That is as of yet to be determined. We'll fight amongst that in the group chat later tonight. But don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie will be joining us for his final episode of the Codex podcast. Not the Codex station as a whole, just the podcast. His final episode of the podcast on April 17th. So please,
how many episodes has he done with you, Sonny?
I know how many I've done, but I'm not too sure how many Jamie's done. I'm not too sure how many Tim's done.
So Jamie just couldn't do any more with you?
I drove him off. I drove him away.
He reached his limit and said he just can't do it anymore.
Done.
Yeah. I'm innocent. I don't know.
I'm looking forward.
I put all the blame on him. No, he takes all the blame. None on me.
I think he got scared when he saw what you do to action figures. And
my God.
Get out while the getting was good.
I'm looking forward to reading Conan. I've read it already. I don't mind to read it again. I can't wait, Sonny, for you and whoever is over here in this seat to read it.
So I've already started, so I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
But, hey, back when I worked in a law firm and I had started, in the I was a file clerk there, a lawyer would call me Conan the file clerk.
Oh my God.
And you see what Dan says.
Jamie got mad because Sonny went over to his house and broke all his toys.
That actually wasn't me. That
God.
was our friend. We have a friend, Keith, and he actually went to Jamie's house and bit Jamie's Joker HeroClix head off. That was Keith, not me.
He bit the head off.
Yeah, so that wasn't me.
Wow.
That wasn't me. Yeah. So don't drink and play with HeroClix, or you might bite your heads off. So yeah, see, I don't do that. I'm good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And everybody, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Codex Podcast, my 100th episode. So I've enjoyed all 100 episodes of the Codex Podcast I've done. I've enjoyed all the stuff I've done with the Codex Station. And I'm looking forward to doing plenty more. So thank you all. I'm having a great time, and I'm going to continue to I'm going to let the good times roll. Be back next week. Looking to be back the week after that. And all that. Looking forward to reviewing more comics, showing you all more F-listers, seeing your mail calls of more comic books like Vegetable Lovers, and more random panel of the weeks. All of this stuff. There we go. Now I'm on the hunt for that.
How dare you accuse Keith of what he did?
Sorry, actually, there was another Keith. So sorry. There was another one, not you.
And Pam says, congrats on 100, Sonny.
Thank you very much. It has been truly a pleasure. It has been an honor for me to be here since the first episode with the Codex Podcast. I remember it was like something me and Jamie, okay, you know what? It's going to be fun. We'll talk about some comic books. And it's truly something I love. And every week, Wednesday, I know now X-Men 97's out. So yes, I love Wednesdays even more. But Wednesday has become the Codex Podcast day for me. And I absolutely love it. I love coming here every week. Enjoying all. Thank you again. Well, thank you, Zombie Cat, as well. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, everyone. And I will look to continue to put out more content. And I love to come up with new stuff, too. New segments. Like I said, Random Panel of the Week came out this year. The F-List was maybe like a year and a half ago or something. So when I think it's something, when I'm reading comics, I'm like, I can't wait to share it with everyone on the Code X Podcast. So for that, I say goodnight. I will see you all next week on another episode of the Code X Podcast. And after 100 episodes, I still don't have the best way of finishing this finishing up episodes. So, as usual, I'll let you two finish this thing off.
Well, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got something. We want to give it to you. Gary's going to tell you all about it.
Here at the CODEX station, all of us, all the hosts that you see here, and even the ones you don't, we have all the socials. And we would like nothing better than to give them to you.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, right there at the CODEX station, your favorite social media platforms, and where we're live streaming right now. Make sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, and follow. That is the greatest way that you can support this channel right here. It lets us know that you enjoy this type of long form content, and it encourages us to want to do this even more than we already do on a daily basis. So once again, at the CODEX station right there, ladies and gentlemen. And also, don't forget, go over to thecodexstation.com to get some merch, meet the team, and so much more. Once again, the CODEX station, thecodexstation.com. I'm so excited about it. I'm stumbling over my words.
You saw that sticker and it got you real
your
excited.
CODEX needs, ladies and gentlemen.
And I want to congratulate our man down here, 100 episodes. You, my man, are our ray of sunshine.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
All right,
bring sunshine to your life and show you characters like Dung and Brown Bomber and Heavy Flow and all of them. It is my pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Tim the Terrible. This beautiful man over here is the curator of the Library of Comics, the Ric Flair himself, Uncle Gary, and down below is the writer, the director, the producer, Sonny the Kruger, son of the writer. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week right here on the CODEX podcast, right here on the CODEX station. I can't say words anymore, so somebody's got to say it before I end the stream.
Gaping holes.
Thank you. We love you. Have a good night.
Which is what Spider-Man has after what Sandman did to him.
Right in the pooper, Operation Poopy Caboose.